Yeah, I think we spent like at least 20-30 minutes just trying to get this to work.
Alright guys, so for those of you just tuning in, we are going to be spectating live some of the ZeroEmpires Invitational matches between Toady and LB10. However, this is actually Game 4 and not Game 1, because I did end up having to jump into this series partway through, because the... Wait, is the map bugged again?
Yeah, I think so.
The map is bugged.
Is your pussywood working?
Mine is actually working, but sometimes it just disables itself. Hey, Zach,
I think they just had enough of it.
Zach, instead of Valley, would we be able to play this on a different map? Because for some reason, I think Valley is just cursed. Or are we just gonna play?
I think it's gonna play it.
Alright, I guess we're just gonna play.
We're
gonna play the cursed Valley map.
Oh my god, LB has literally deer nicks for stuff.
There's no way this is gonna be... There's no way this is gonna be fair at all, but if we continue this, I'll just, let you guys know that this is indeed, Game 4, not Game 3, because I did have to jump in the series, part way, but, yeah, this is gonna be an Indians mirror match on the map Valley. This is gonna be I think the 4th attempt that we've had at trying to get the map to actually load correctly. It is not normal for there to be this many deer all over the place, and right next to LB's TC, that's gonna give him a huge edge. Normally, there's just deer in the center. And I do have Milmano with me as well to do some dual commentary.
Hi there. Hi there. I think the 4th time I said hello.
Yep, this is like the 4th time we've had to do this now, but hopefully this match does end up going through. It should be a good one, but I think this gives LB a big edge. Do you think this is going to change his strategy, knowing that he has, well, like 5 to 7 deer just right next to his TC?
He's just got a massive eco boost ahead, and especially the Indians having cheaper villages is unbelievable as the start will be in comparison to Toady. Will it change his strategy? Probably a little bit. He might be able to go for a nice drush quick FC with this rate. He gets his boards in without getting lamed. He's got so many sheep, he can just scout push in.
Indeed, and
so I wouldn't be surprised. Or he could do very fast scouts at the same time, so always got a plethora of options.
Absolutely, and let's not forget, that, of course, that these players do have cows as well instead of sheep, so the food supplies here are, well, basically infinite for our friend LB over here. He's not going to need to put down farms for a long time. This is absolutely absurd when I look at this.
This is going to be a massive, like, proxy mill game, just going to be mills everywhere. I think it'll get to a point where it's just too much, for raiding over big farms, but I would love to see just so many farms be made. Sorry, farms? Mills.
Yeah, me too, man. I, for one, welcome our new mill overlords, and got the boar lure coming out here from LB. His villager is going to be a little bit close, but he is going to survive, and like we mentioned, this definitely favors Toady. He has picked up, I believe, 2 of LB's cows, but in the scheme of things, it is small potatoes here. Oh,
you might try to try and lane those cows actually instead.
No.
Has got one re-option available, but I don't think he's going to bother reing. It's just so much hassle these past half hour.
Yeah, we've remade this match so many times. I think the players at this point, they don't really care, and they're just rolling with it. But this is not the standard Valley map. Oh, Barracks already coming down here from LB. As you mentioned before, he's got the 4 villagers on wood, and you were talking about he's probably going to go for a drush into a super fast castle age, and that might just be the option right here.
Yeah, he could do that, or he could just do a super fast flush with it at the same time, so just this deer can help him out so much. 5-minute barracks laid down as well, no loom done yet, so you get 5 military out super early. So he's gonna hit LB's eco. Toady's eco hard.
Yeah, absolutely. But looks like Toady here is gonna end up coming in here, and he's gonna scout this barracks out right now. But I think he assumed that. Oh wait, no, he actually hasn't seen the. Oh, right, there we go. He saw the barracks.
He had. He could pick that villager off actually with his scout. I really hope he does. There we go. He's gonna pick the villager off.
Now there is, of course, no loom from LB10 right here, and I think he's gonna lose this villager. Militia's coming in here. Ooh, all the scouts gonna get picked off. Or is it?
It's gonna be close. It is. It's a dead scout.
Oh my god, LB turned back for just a split second, and this scout is... No! No, Toady ended up stopping for a split second, and the scout is down.
You You can tell we're starved for action when we're getting extremely excited over the scout. It's a game.
Well, this is like the 4th attempt. I do want to take a moment though to thank you, Beatroot, for subscribing, as well as everybody else who subscribed just a few minutes ago. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and welcome to the stream session. I hope you guys are ready for some drush action into some hyper aggression here, because LB10 is rich.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You can already see Toadie's already laid down 2 farms. Toadie hasn't touched.
Looks like we got a nice quick
crazy.
wall up around the lumber camp right there that is going to protect his villagers a little bit from this drush, but this is going to definitely do a lot of damage to his economy. Those 2 lumberjacks are exposed.
Yeah, it's going to force him to wall early. We've protected there, but we have to remind ourselves, in a 3-man drush, it's meant to just disrupt the economy, not meant to really intend to kill villagers as its main priority. 5-man drush is mainly meant for that. But 3-man drush can still kill villagers. It's just like, it's kind of like a secondary objective on everything else.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, remember guys that the militia actually do lose to a fight with a villager with loom, so the goal here is we're just trying to get the villagers to, you know, go idle for a second. We're trying to, you know, whack them, make them punch the militia back, and then you just pull the militia away, and having the enemy villagers go idle is basically, you know, it's not as good as killing them, but it does a lot of damage to people, and we see Toady is putting down a mining camp, and he is going to wall these villagers in.
Yeah, he's going to wall them in, but he must more than want 2 villagers on this. He can't really keep up archer production, so it's a bit annoying, really. But the good thing is that he's up to feudal age, and LB's no way near clicking up at the moment. He's got to wait for that loom. He just clicked up, actually. So, take that all back.
Yeah. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, Idle Beaver. It looks like we have another pause here from LB.
Yes.
Right now, he needs a couple seconds, guys, to fathom exactly how many free deer he actually had this game.
That's fine, I'm gonna go grab some whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. This stream is on short enough notice that I don't have my subscriber notification overlay, but every time that sound plays, that's when I get a subscriber. But I don't actually have the notification overlay set up. I will put it on after this specific match, but... Now, do you think, what do you think Toadie's plan is here? Do you think he's going to go archers at this point? Or what do you think he's going to do?
Most likely archers, because we've got 2 on gold, but he could go for a fast bloodlines at this moment because he's only got 2 on the gold, but he could go skirm. A bit unknown at this point, actually, because this drush has kind of affected his plan, really.
Have you seen that Toady here? It looks like he actually has 2 militia with a bunch of villagers going forward. And with this stone mine...
Oh, is that man-at-arms towers?
Yeah, is this men-at-arms and towers?
Is
this I think this is deja vu from the ZeroEmpires Invitational Grand Finals right here.
Yeah. Looking like it. It's a really good idea, Strat, but he's got to be careful though, because those militia are still around, and he's going to be up soon,
yeah.
LB, so he's got to be careful.
I think this is a really smart decision on his part, even though it is incredibly risky, because we know that LB10 is going to be slower to the feudal age than Toady by a decent enough margin that he will be able to get this first tower up before LB even gets to react. But like you said, those militia are still on the loose, and you know, LB10 was not that far behind Toady, so we'll see if this pays off.
Yes, I know you go. LB's throwing down 2 archer ranges here. So quick reaction. Probably a good idea. The archers will repel man-at-arms pretty well because they've got no. Because you know he's gonna kite them back pretty nice and easy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The problem is though, is that at the same time, Toad's gone for the forge with archer range. Probably gonna go with skirmishes here, and that's a really nice reaction. Towers, skirms, man-at-arms. Gonna be a real tough game for LB here at the moment.
Yeah, I completely agree. His early game advantage that he got from all those deer is not really paying off here, and although it is good on him because Toady did end up actually losing 2 villagers here to the militia raid and the scout from LB, so both players sustaining some pretty substantial eco damage.
Yeah, brilliantly worked rush by LB. He's done so much damage.
And Toady gets housed again. He's going to put a defensive watchtower here by his lumber camp to try and protect that. Try and zone Toady away so he can't build watchtowers there, but Toady is just going the other way here, and he's just going to keep moving the line forward, and He's going to wall this watchtower just into the tree line so that LB10 cannot remove it until he hits the castle age.
Yeah, it's a really smart idea that's somewhat, because his towers aren't really in line of sight in terms of popping in each one in case LB wants to bum rush it, but so he's done so much, which is a really nice idea. He's going to keep doing this. He isn't really hitting that eco with that tower there, but it's just more the presence that he can't get any farms anywhere in that area. He's
looks
doing
like
a super job right now.
Absolutely. It looks like LB10 actually got the town watch upgrade here just to try and catch those towers out before they go up. So very, very well played on his part. And the line is moving forward. That was an outpost and not actually a tower.
Yeah, you probably could have the town, that would have worked really well, but it's good to put an outpost as well because he wants to know, he hasn't got much information, so it's good to see where his resources are and what's going on. So
yeah, so definitely a wise choice.
Good idea for the outpost, but if you put a tower, it would be a better choice.
Now, if you look at his units right here, Toady's units are getting stuck on LBs, and they're sustaining so much unnecessary damage from this watchtower right here, as Toady is trying to slip into the back line of LB's economy. Right now, what he wants to do is he wants to build a watchtower behind LB10's lumber camp, and just try and pick those villagers off.
Yeah, he's trying to. It's a bit too far away, that watchtower, actually. He needs to be a couple of tiles closer so he can hit the berries and that entire wood line. It's okay, it's not gonna be perfect though.
Oh yeah, so much.
He's bringing all the villagers in. Look at the eco harassment that he's done to LB. Look, he's just throwing villagers everywhere, desperate to try and sort the situation out, but it's really going bad for him.
Yeah, this is absolutely critical here. All of these villagers that LB10 has had to pull off the line and attack this watchtower with are essentially idle. They might as well not exist, and while he is going to get this tower down, this just goes to show how dire the situation is. He is desperate to get these towers out of his base, and he's, as a result, really weakening his economy. Yeah,
it's just a really nice play from Toady. He knew how bad the rush went against him. He just needs to be super aggressive. This is what he loves doing best, I think, playing this sort of really aggressive play. And he's going to stonewall that villager into build a tower, and that's going to be such a smart idea.
Oh no, it's actually in range of LB10's watchtower here, which is exactly what he wanted, and this villager is not going to get away with that. Look at all those villagers chasing after Toady's, though. Those are all idle, and, well, this is oh so worth it for Toady right now.
Fairly, yeah, it's pulling the villagers that that 4-3, which is good, better for him, but at the same time, though, Toady's economy is not exactly in tip-top condition, really. I mean, he's having to throw a lot of villagers forward, stone mining and all that. It's just, it's done his justice, I think, probably.
Yeah, very true here. Both players are quite crippled indeed.
Yeah.
Now, if we compare the populations, actually, LB10 is ahead by 2 pop, which, since I guess he has, okay, yeah, that means that he has a couple extra skirmishers, and I don't think it's really a villager lead, but LB10 is very slightly ahead right now.
Yeah, just about. It's still pretty close between both players, I think. It's still all to play for sure, and I don't think Toady will be giving up anytime soon as aggression. Putting up another tower behind that wood line, which isn't being taken, but I think just to stop him from taking that wood line later on.
Indeed.
He could take that gold actually off LB and take another tower there, but all the scout and the skirmish found it.
A tower's not going to go up, but if you do look at the back of LB's base, Toady here being very cheeky with a lone male villager, and he is going to stonewall off one of LB's main goals, or secondary goals.
Yeah, that's a really nice idea, because his main gold opponent's been taken by a tower, and his other goal here at the back is being stonewalled up. He's got one gold pile that's fairly big actually, but that's his only goal for the rest of the game at this point, so for long term it's good for Toady.
Absolutely, especially as no player here is even close to the castle age, so until battering rams come out, these stone walls are here to stay, and as you mentioned, LB is on a very limited gold supply here, and looks like Toady, though, is going to be able to win this battle. He's got this battle going very much in his favor right now.
Yeah, Toady's gone. Actually, equal upgrades, no fletching, I think no blacksmith actually might have played, just because it's just been absolute torment. LB has put a stable up though, looking to space some scouts, and that would be a really nice idea in a skirm war.
Indeed. Now, if we had to take a drink every time one of these players got housed this game, I think we would all be dead by alcohol poisoning at this point, as LB10 gets housed again, and Toady, I think, has been housed a lot this specific game, but LB is going to put down another watchtower here to protect this gold. He knows how important it is that he keeps that, and he does not want to lose that under any circumstances this game.
No way. He doesn't want to lose it at all. I mean, what else is there to talk about, really? Lots of going on gold edge for LB. Really interesting. Is he going to switch to archers now or something? Yeah, he's switching to archers now.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. Toady is going to accidentally walk a couple of his skirmishers into the enemy town center here, but as you mentioned a moment ago, one thing that's very interesting is that, well, neither player has fletching yet, and I don't see a blacksmith from anybody, and we're 23 minutes into the game.
It's gonna be a long game, I can tell you that for sure. Unless some Titanic's extremely hard here.
Well, something really bad is about to happen at this specific moment, as LB10 is pushing out here. He has so many watchtowers in his own base that he's confident he can, destroy Toady right now. Because Toady's, almost all of his watchtowers, archer ranges, and everything are all inside LB's base. It's going to be really hard to defend this attack.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard because he's got nothing back at base to defend himself with. Everything's all forward, which is a really nice counter-attack push. Skirmishers aren't a good village killer, but just distracting and hurting eco like this is a really nice idea. What is Toady up to? Where's he putting all villages? He's putting all the villages inside? Putting a quick tower on that wood. Very important. But I don't know why he's gathered all his villages inside. It's a big mistake there.
Absolutely. Toady here has realized that the situation is incredibly dire. He's been caught out of position, and he is going to have to pull his entire army back to stop this. Because he's invested so much in this forward, he just has no defensive infrastructure. He doesn't even have a wall to protect these, a complete wall to protect these lumberjacks. But he is going to cut this army off after getting a couple hits with the watchtower. We'll see how this fight goes, because LB does have the hill advantage.
Both players now have fletching as well, and he can heal. Much better micro here from LB, actually. He's gonna push away Toady, actually. This hill is just such a good place for him to control it on.
Yeah, very, very impressive play here, as he's actually managed to push him away despite being, basically surrounded and at a huge numbers disadvantage. The micro from LB is exceptional, and he gets another pick-off.
Exceptional, and he's got the +1 archer arm as well on these skirmishes, and it's apparently, if I'm correct, doesn't actually make a big difference in this skirm war, but personally, if you've got a couple archers in the mix of Toady, it's going to be a big help.
Now, we were talking about the pop lead just a little bit earlier on in this specific game, and now it's starting to become substantial. Now LB10 has pulled ahead with like 7 population, whereas before it was only 2. So he is moving ahead just a little bit, but this match is still very close in anyone's game.
Yeah, it's still very close. I think, LB's just slowly dragging this one away, I feel. His food count is much lower than Toady's, but I do think he's got much better control, especially his base is much better defended. He just needs to work now on getting up.
Yeah, completely agreed. Perhaps a market from LB10 here would allow him to just go straight to the Castle Age, but he's kind of short on wood for that. If Toady gets to the Castle Age first, though, and he's got the eco for it, he's really close, in fact. That could be substantial. That could once again swing the game back the other direction, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty much because of the fact that he didn't have much deer access, and he's been, all this forward pressure has meant that, he's gone wood early, he's meant to put more farms down, and that means it's like his food economy has been untouched as well, pretty much, for in this game, so he's just in a lot stronger position in the food, really, which means he can get up like now.
Yeah, absolutely immaculate play here from both players, as, well, they've both been in the feudal age for nearly 30 minutes, and Toady, the first one to click up to the Castle Age at a whopping 28 minutes and 30 seconds, and at 30 minutes here, we'll finally see some Castle Age fights. And we all know the power of those Knight units, of course. Against all the Feudal Age units, Spearmen don't really fare very well against the Knights. And this could give Toady an edge, but we'll see.
This is the Indians, so they don't get Knights, but they do get better camels with +1 armor.
Oh god, you're right, no, I'm too tired. They get camels, guys. Maybe we'll see the camel rating.
I would probably actually think he's going to go with a forward siege and go Mangonels and then go into Siege Expo, I think.
Yeah, no, we're not actually going to see any camels here from either player, I expect. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. I forgot these guys are actually Indians. I don't think I am not used to tournaments actually being played on the Forgotten, but I guess that's kind of what is nice about this one, is we get to see a bunch of different things from each of the players. And I agree, we'll probably see the Crossbowmen and Mangonels, as Toady is pulling his army back to try and defend against LB as he wants to break down these walls.
Yeah, Toady was looking to stonewall this section up on the bottom hand side, but looks like he should actually stonewall further back actually, because looks like LB could pop through this palisade very soon actually.
Oh yeah, he's
Toady's already there though, and he's gonna have to heal, so it's gonna be a bit of a no way avenue right now for LB10.
This forward from Toady did so much damage to LB, but LB is just making a great play here, and he just decided to ignore the forward and go straight for Toady's base, because it's basically been completely undefended, and well, it's really biting Toady in the butt right now, as he does not have enough, he doesn't really have any production facilities in his own base, and LB10 just gets to get away with this after pulling the entire army back.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pull away because there's too much on army mass, but Toady will just now go stonewalls up, and he's just gonna go full aggressive right now. He's got a forward siege workshop, but he's gonna lose the village though, actually, if not careful.
Ooh! LB10's gonna get a bunch of these villagers here for free, as well as get to snipe off the free crossbowmen from Toady, and that siege workshop was really bold, and it is not gonna go up.
Yeah, that was a very risky play from him to do that. And he's gonna have to, actually, he should have built a bit further back, actually, behind his tower, or when his units were at least with him.
Alright, so we got a siege workshop coming out for LB right now, and then 2 town centers actually coming in from LB, whereas I only see 1 town center from... Oh wait, no, 2 TCs for both players, never mind.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's just gonna put the second TC instead of that siege workshop in the end. It's like, okay, that failed, let's go for the macro. And I think that's probably a bit of a smart option at this point, because they just become even cheaper now in the castle age, so you get a solid boom going. If you can hold on the stone walls that Toady will make, you can just get in very quick, especially after a long feudal war.
Absolutely, and now we've got the crossman upgrade from Toady, as well as Bodkinera, so his army is very, very formidable, but we also have the same upgrades from LB, but he also has the level 2 defense upgrade here, so his units are going to be slightly stronger than Toady's, and we can see over time that LB is just slowly pulling ahead.
At the moment, yeah, 70 pop for Toady, LB10 on 89. And considering army size is fairly equal, that's a pretty big difference at this point. And you can see by the scores, 800-point score difference right now. Toady needs to do something to get really back into this game because he's falling behind slowly.
Yeah, Toady better wall this up really quickly. If you look at the top half of his base, maybe he's out of stone. He is out of stone, unfortunately, and uh-oh. These crossmen are showing up at just the right time. They're gonna get in there, and this is gonna be really bad.
There's a hole. This is the classic Toady hold the wall. And here we go. It's gonna lose at least 5 villages here at best.
Welcome to the ZeroEmpires Invitational, everybody, where there's always a hole in the wall. As the crossmen are going to get in here and do what they've done this entire tournament, which is walk through the wall and destroy everything that he holds dear. But we have a mangonel here coming out from Toady, and he might be able to catch some of LB's crossmen on the retreat. Oh wow, very great shot.
Yeah, fantastic shot there. Bit poor from LB though. Bit poor. Could have done better there.
Indeed. Well, we see here though that Toady is pulling back his army. He does have a bunch of skirmishers in there, so even though the tech advantage is with LB, the army is very formidable from Toady, and if he catches out these crossbowmen, then that could bring him back in this game, but yet again he gets housed. Oh goodness.
Maybe he should put some houses by that wall he was making. There we go, he's building
because those didn't go up in time, but you know, good guy Toady, sorry, a good guy LB here is he's gonna clear out some of that excess pop from Toady there, just to stop the team from getting housed, so very nice of him.
Yeah, house delete villages.
It looks like this army is going to get pincered in here, and LB10 is going to lose this entire army. But the real question here is, how much do you think this matters? Do you think this is going to substantially change the game? Because it looks like LB10 has, well, a astronomical-sized economy. It is massive.
No, it's not gonna. He's been look at Toady's resources. Like 900 gold, like 200 food, and you just like LB's a much. It's got 1,000 gold actually, but it's a bit better balanced. It's got a lot of people inside TCs creating. Like the damage has been done by these expos. I mean, you could just.
I completely agree. As he's walking around, he's going to be sniping some of these deer as he walks by as a tribute to Deer Hunter.
He is just making running circles around Toady's base right now, and that's all he's going to do the rest of the game until he gets caught up here.
Just expertly done by LB here. He's just making every single last crossman as annoying as humanly possible, and he does get the villager before they all die, so... Just really, really expertly played on his part. He's just inching forward, and Toady's in pretty big trouble. The economy lead is just really, really strong with LB right now.
And LB's just clicked up to Imperial Age as well. I think if he hits Imperial Age, he would just call GG. There's just nothing he can do. He can't push right now.
Yeah, that might be the final nail.
Yeah, you can try and push, but it's not gonna. LB's ego is so spread out and so big. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, this is gonna be really hard for Toady. Once he sees the Imperial Age, things are gonna get really ugly. But thankfully, Toady is not super far off himself. He might not call GG, but things are looking really grim. And thank you so much for subscribing, Emperor Vanilla. I really, really appreciate it, man. It means a lot to me, so thank you. Well, the army here is moving out from Toady, but you know he's on a timer right now. LB is almost up to the Imperial Age.
Yeah, Imperial Age just got another minute or so to go until he hits it. So I mean, clock is ticking right now for Toady, and he's taking his good old time going to his base. Really, he's going to the one place where it's pretty well protected by a mangonel, so he's going to be pretty thwarted by his attempt here.
Yeah, I guess one plus side here is that Toady, he's putting down a castle at the front of his base, and he does have a really nice wall up, so his base is kind of easy to defend. The trebuchets that are inevitably going to come out from LB10 at some point soon are going to be a huge, huge problem. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do too much eco damage here because of the mangonels here to defend LB.
Yeah, you're right. Castle going down right now between those two TCs and so on. Interesting place. I think it's just want to cover a fair amount of eco, but I'm not too sure about its placement. I'm not a big fan of it. It's covering what, a couple of farms. It's covering towards the back of his base, which is fine. But if you see the west end of his base, it's quite exposed, really.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
To try and get something out.
I think that this castle is also not in the most efficient position here, as this town center is still going to be able to be besieged by Toady, and this castle does not really protect too much. But we do see the stables coming down for LBs. Gonna get ready for some heavy, heavy light cavalry harass, and unfortunately Toady is, for the most part, completely walled off. These light cavalry can slip in through the front, but they do have to walk through a castle, but we'll see if that pays off.
Yeah. The only problem that LB has right now is he's lacking siege. He's got 3 mangonels, he's getting conscription. You can get a trap out, but these stone walls will help protect Toady for a fair amount of time. And Toady is up to Imperial Age himself, actually. So we'll see what he can try and do. He's got a good access amount of gold to gold. I don't know, it's looking pretty tough for him.
And this game is remarkably close. Like, this is so close that this would have been a very, very fitting game, I think, for the Grand Finals. One thing that I didn't really think about until just about now, but Toady just mentioned it. What's incredible to me is that LB10 got to the Imperial Age first, and he only had that one gold deposit we were talking about earlier. He still hasn't opened up the one at the front that Toady still has the towers on. He still hasn't opened up the one at the back either.
Yeah, I'm really surprised why he hasn't decided to remove this sort of forward position for Toady, because it's covering his gold. It's got 2 ranges that you can take out as well, and gives him more room for him in his base as well. So he needs to get rid of it. I don't know why he's taking so long at this. He's going to have a siege workshop now. I think he's probably planning some rams. That'll be a good idea. The light cab option, though, is a very interesting call.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's partially doing it because he has, like, no gold. At least LB does have a market at the far right side of his base, so that's how he's getting his gold at this point. But I agree. He needs to get at a battering ram ASAP, and we see him putting down a siege workshop, and he's getting some capped rams out, and this needs to happen because I think this is what's going to keep Toady in the game, is that there's just simply no gold for LB at this point. God.
He is bringing out the ultimate weapon of the Indians. He is bringing out the elephant archers. These things are unstoppable in masses.
No, I completely agree. That is... This is actually awesome. I love to see elephant archers. If you guys aren't aware, elephant archers are an absolute powerhouse, boasting within the 200 HP range. They might not hit very hard, but they are so hard to remove once you get enough of them out, and I like it. Toady is taking a risk here. He has to get the mast first, but they are an absolute threat with like 270 HP.
The thing is though, Toady's eco is still very weak in comparison. I'm not sure he's got the arch production, but the upgrades, he's got in actually, but he gets camels with it as well. So powerful. Bless option in as well. Really liking this play by Toady here.
Yeah, did you see that? He got rid of all 3 mangonels with his arbalists, and I guess the hussars are kind of paying off from LB because Toady made a ton of arbalists, but the arbalist got all 3 of the mangonels. That was such a worthwhile trade, and he's just trying to buy time right now. He's closed the hole in his wall, and the elephant archers are coming, guys. They are not to be trifled with.
This is so cool. I remember that Black Forest game I played with you against you. I can't remember now. I made like 200 elephant archers. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't remember whose team you were on, but I've seen plenty of matches with mass elephant archers just absolutely destroy me on Black Forest. They are such a pain in the butt to remove once you get them out, and it looks like Toady's plan here is he's going to put down a bunch of barracks in a desperation attempt to try and get at some halberdiers, but you know, the score lead is really in favor of LB10. I can only assume that the eco difference is massive, and oh my god, we have a 72 population difference between LB10 and Toady here. I can only assume it's just
oh my god.
Toady isn't as boomed up, in addition to having a smaller army.
Yeah, so it is Imperial though, so again, he's just sort of super cheap. So as long as he can keep holding on and keep pumping those villages out, he'll still catch up. And look at the gold, 1,000 gold. He is set for the game on gold, I'll tell you.
Yeah, wow, and LB10 has finally secured the gold mine at the front of his base, still hasn't secured the back one, and he's going to put down a forward castle here to start pumping out some trebuchets, presumably. You know, once he sees these mass elephant archers, maybe we'll see the Imperial camel counter. Maybe, I wouldn't bet on it, but
yeah,
maybe.
I'm not too sure, but I like LB's choice though, putting a castle on the front by that big gold patch. He needs to secure that because that's his literally only gold point, because his other one is still stonewalled, but it is being taken by the battering ram though, which is finally, so good on him. And that's going to be a problem, because once LB's got that big access to gold, it's going to be a big problem for Toady.
Yeah, he's going to get his economy completely back on track, which right now we can see is very imbalanced, but now that he's sorted that issue out, it's just looking really bad. There's a huge advantage for LB here, and he almost got into the top half of Toady's base, but for the first time in the ZeroEmpires Invitational Tournament, guys, there was not a hole in the wall. So Toady will hold on for the time being, and he puts all of his hopes in these elephant archers. Can they do it?
Yeah, they're so tough, even though even in the leads or any extra upgrades. It's a mix, like, well, lead skirmishes, but they're just gonna die.
Oh my goodness, yeah. LB10 has a huge trash army, so, you know, I love him because everyone knows I love my trash units. Too much, but these trash units are perfect against these elephant archers. This is not good.
Yeah, it's just too many. It's got halberdiers against Hussars would be really nice, but it's just too much at the moment, I think, to contend with.
Wow, yeah. These elephant archers are still alive, because they're elephant archers, I guess, but I don't think he has enough, as you mentioned. The units from LB10 here are just kind of perfect for this situation, and he's just going to be able to outproduce Toady, I think.
Yep, he's got better eco, so more production, more units, and just going to ruffle stomp this through.
Yeah, the trebuchets here making some steady progress. Toady barely holding the line, but I don't think these elephant archers are going to do justice. If we look at Toady's economy here, he's got 1,600 gold. Okay, well, he just used... Never mind, he just used his market. He did the same thought. And he just bought a ton of food, so... I was going to say his economy was too imbalanced to defend this, but... he's adjusting it, and he's holding on barely, but... LB's putting the pressure on.
Yeah, it's going to be a soon GG. I don't know why LB's not pushing forward with his trebs. He's probably going to focus on the other castle on the left-hand side, which is what he's going to do. But I would have focused on the front one, if I'm honest, because that's where the gold is. That castle on the left-hand side is a bit...
Yeah, I definitely am echoing the same thoughts here. When I also would have personally targeted the slightly further south castle just to try and zone Toady off the gold and just really put the final nail in the coffin, as this game is unfortunately pretty much over for Toady. It's going to take a miracle to save him. as these castles are going to go down, man. I think really, maybe Bombard, what do you think? Do you think Bombard Cannons would be a wise choice here? Some onagers, perhaps? What do you think is the solution here?
The solution? He's going to have to go for onagers to get himself really back in this game. It's the best option. He needs time. And now LB's got an elite elephant archer, so...
Yeah, I think that basically spells the end of the game. If you look at the elite elephant archer unit, guys, that is 370 HP compared to the 270. These things just don't die. There's really no other way to put it. They don't die, and now that LB10 is countering with his own elephant archers, that is really bad news. And we have 3 siege workshops coming down as well. He's really gonna just try and push this one to victory.
Yeah, and he's got the map control as well. He's got 2 extra gold piles quite outside of Toady's base in the south, well, in the middle really. So I mean, he's gonna have all the access to gold, even when he's gonna start running up short. So it's gonna be a real struggle for Toady. But Toady's hanging in it. It's a tournament game, so that's why he's not resigning it. I think he's, you know, like, come on, I think I can get something out of this.
Yeah, as you mentioned, really... Well, Idle Beaver says the only solution is GG, but if he wants to somehow make a comeback, it's gonna have to be through onagers. I completely agree. There's so many, you know, massed ranged units here, and something's got to kill these trebuchets, but no onagers are coming out from Toady here. He's trying some hussars, but he just doesn't have the production or the economy for this. If we look at the pop difference, that's not good. That's like 100 pop.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing as well, I was testing out like how many siege onager hits it would take to kill an elite war elephant. I think it takes like 3 or at least 2 in the bit.
Oh wow, yeah. No, they are
kill.
They are disgustingly bulky units. This castle is gonna go down. Finally, it's gonna be close.
It's taking up all the stone resource that Toady's using and gold if he's buying for the market, so he can make more traps as well, and bombard cannons now, and that's a smart choice from LB, actually.
Alright guys, Toady's finally gonna call it game. What a fantastically close game from both players. This was really an absolute pleasure to watch. This is the kind of competitive match that I really, really enjoy. Both players really were playing out of their minds, and until the very end, I wasn't really sure who was gonna win, but LB, you know, held on throughout the immense pressure from Toady, and he managed to actually take the game. So I'm very, very impressed here. What a game from both players.
Yeah, really, another long, very fantastic game actually. I'm really enjoying these set of games so far. Just I think the macro game played by LB just won that by far. I mean, Toady's was falling short, and that's the only reason, pretty much. I mean, his strategy was good, but I think because there was the map that was really in favor of LB in that one, that just won the game, I think.
Yeah, definitely. The map generation in the early game gave LB all those extra deer, and perhaps that was just enough extra food to get him to survive Toady's insane forward aggression. That was really, really threatening, but LB just held on, and as you mentioned, you know, the macro play from him simply immaculate. If we look at the economy achievements, you can see the results right there, and the only thing that Toady had more collected of was gold.
Yeah, just insane.
What a close game. Yeah, we have 190 to 114 villagers, so that basically decides that one. But yeah, what a great GG, so congratulations to LB there. So if he wins the next game, that is it, right?
That's 3-1, so it's the final game. Well, if LB wins it.
Unless Toady manages to take this game. Can you refresh me while I restart my game on which map Toady was the winner on?
He won it on Arabia, Magyar War.
Oh, yeah, he won the Arabia Magyar War, right. Okay, so I'm going to restart my Aoe2 right now, and we're going to jump straight into the next game, because you got to do that at the end of every game if you were spectating. Good old Aoe2 HD, always there for you when you need it.
Creates more problems at times. But
Indeed.
I love it. I do love it, though.
Alright, well, as I relaunch my game, I hope you guys enjoyed that match as we did, because that was really a pleasure. The LB versus Toady series has just been fantastic. The quality of games has been, well, just really good from both players here.